stops, no one knows. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. We're going down. Do you dare to follow me down? Head into the unknown.
Hi, everybody. How is everybody today? Thursday, right? It's Thursday. Totally lost track of time, you guys. I know it's been a while. It's been a few minutes, eh? I had a terrific week. I spent a lot of time with my grandbabies. Little Layla Lynn turned 2. Actually, her actual birthday is today. She's 2, but her birthday party was on the weekend. Visited my parents, my auntie. Stopped and saw Ian's parents for a couple of days. So got a lot done. And wouldn't you know it, the one time I decide to not take my laptop with me on a road trip is the time where I am bombarded with work stuff. So yesterday, I got home yesterday afternoon and I had to catch up on my work stuff. And then, of course, we're all aware of the shit that was going on with this. I won't even call it regarding this case, but regarding some of the people um, in the center of this case. Anyways, I'm back. Glad to be here. I missed you all, and I cannot wait to talk a little bit about Jack and Lily today. Melissa, how's it going today?
Everything's good. While you were gone, I finished up the Delphi documents with the appeal, and I went over the Rodriguez lawsuit against Alani. So I tried to keep them entertained. I think they just like coming to hear me gripe, though.
I don't know a whole lot about the second one you said. What was that? What's that about?
So Latricia, or I want to say Larissa Rodriguez was 17 years old, high school cheerleader, wanted to go to college to be a lawyer, um, was drinking Alani in excess, according to her family, and she drank an Alani and passed away of a cardiac event. And so the company or the parents are suing the company that took the Alani from the manufacturer to the grocery store for her death. And the coroner's report said that she died of a cardiac event related to excess consumption of caffeine, but it is clearly stated on the can that it's not meant for kids or those that are sensitive to caffeine, pregnant women or nursing mothers. Um, but what got me with the lawsuit is they're not suing Alani, who actually made the drink and promoted the drink and marketed it and sold it and did the can design and all of this. They're suing essentially the delivery driver, the middleman, um, and they're asking for an excess of $1 million. They're not asking for a change in, the can design or marketing or any of that. They're just wanting over $1 million. And like I said, they're suing the middleman. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. If they want to go somewhere, they should sue Alani, which is owned by Congo Brands LLC. And yeah, it's just really messed up. They're, in my opinion, and I'm not a lawyer, but I don't really feel like they're suing the right people or for the right thing.
Yeah, that's bizarre. Things are a little bit different here in Canada. We don't have those kinds of lawsuits here very often. Um, but yeah, that is bizarre. At first, I thought you were talking about maybe an alcoholic beverage, but like the caffeinated ones,
And
I
what
mean,
was weird about it is in the lawsuit, they have a tie to Canada because Canada actually said your food and our food and drug administration and all that that regulates all that. Well, your guys' version of that, I think it's the CFIA or something or other. Anyway, Alani is actually banned in Canada, according to this lawsuit.
I think it would surprise a lot of Americans how many of your products are actually banned here by our food and drug. And I do not remember off the top of my head what it's called, but yeah, that happens here. Um, that's why it's so, as a Canadian who lives not too terribly far from the border, that's why it's nice to go across the border sometimes and get some of that stuff that we can't get here. Um, Yeah. So, anyways,
So I'm not
cool.
sure how
Glad
true
you
it
had.
is, because the hustler just said that's not true. But according to the lawsuit, that is what they said. So that is what I have to go off of. But I did a whole live on it if anybody wants to go look at it.
Cool. Sounds good. I wish I could say I had time to go and check out lives. I don't. Um, Watching the little bit that I did over the past week, I I would say I didn't spend more than 10 minutes in any channel that claimed to have been doing a Jack and Lily live stream. There wasn't a whole lot of talk about Jack and Lily. Really? I mean, no shade. It is what it is. But I just didn't. I didn't. Maybe I missed it, but I didn't really see a whole lot about Jack and Lily. So that's why. Obviously, I am well aware of the. I don't even know what word to use because the only word that comes to my mind, and I don't mean this to be connected in any way, but the shenanigans that have been going on for the last week. Um, mm, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Uh, I did get a cease and desist. Um, Kinda. And the only thing that
A
I'm
new
going to
one,
say today, no, no. What?
a new cease and desist, or are you talking? Because I know you had got the first initial one. Did you get a second one?
Yes, I'm not talking about the lawyer and the PI. I'm talking about something completely different, which I will address tomorrow. Um, the day after I received the cease and desist in my spam folder in my email, I received this, but it was just a deleted message from Cheryl. And so I just, you know what? I'm gonna get into it tomorrow, but I wanted to show this just because so everybody knows I immediately was on top of it. Um, I smelt the rat immediately. We'll go over the whole thing that I received. And people were sending me screenshots of things that were being said after I received it. And so I wanted to send a quick response out to Cheryl that not sure what you deleted here, but likely some kind of follow-up threat to your cease and desist. I'll remind you that I can say or do whatever I want privately. I will respond when I am good and ready privately to this lawyer, as well as publicly. Do not message me again, deleted or not, but I will consider you to be provoking me further. Have the day you deserve. And I wanted to show that today because at the time when I received that, even though I smelt a rat and it was fishy as shit, and I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to call the law society about this lawyer who was clearly uneducated, or if I was going to, you know, just do what I did with the last one that I got. Because I mean, I didn't do any of what I was being accused of in it. So I had decided to not address it until I got back, until I was ready. And in the meantime, everything that I suspected has come out. So um, it is clear to me that they are wanting, I don't even know if I can call it attention, but they're wanting something from me. And so tomorrow they will have my undivided attention and we will go through it all. And that is literally all I want to say about this today. So I know there are a lot of people here wanting to know because I haven't posted, I haven't said shit about it. And so that's what I have to say about it today. Melissa, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Not specifically. I heard a lot of people say that the cease and desist had a lot of spelling errors and things like that. It's coming from a lawyer. I don't think it would have as many as people are claiming. So, um, no, not really a whole lot. Stop impersonating lawyers.
Um, And really no amount of backpedaling can change what went on. So we'll go over, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Don't you worry. We will talk about it tomorrow. I'm basically I'm done laying down. I'm done ignoring all the bullshit. I'm done being pulled into this crap that I literally work hard to stay out of. So they want it, they got it. Tune in tomorrow, Gas Bay Girl, and everybody else that was here earlier, like Cheryl, Carrie Bailey, Dodie, hey, and hey, look, everybody, American Justice is here. Hey, Lynn, and TJ's mom. Hi, Amy, and Detective Tam, Angelina. Good to see you. I did miss talking to you guys too, and I was rather disgusted at what's been going on. So we'll try to refocus a little bit. Um, and then there's another, learning moment that we're gonna have before we really get started. But just about, kind of our mantra here, just be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Like Bonnie Garrett, good to see you. Matt is Catter. Monsters of Chaos. Well, thank you for gracing us with your presence in Melissa's channel, no less. Awesome. Thank you for being a member for 5 months, Colleen. That is the OG right there. Pinky, good to see you. Hey, Kimmel. I think I did this before. Camille? Is that how you say that? I don't know. Hello. Thank you for being here. Enough with the games. Love that. Good to see you. Chelsea, hello. Anybody else? Probably I'm way behind. Probably just Ducky. Good to see you. Ernestine. Lovely to have you today. Hey, Johnny. And who else? Joyous. It's always a pleasure. Hey, Sinister. Me, Tammy Cruz. And how long before the live? Oh, are we way back there still? Everybody's like saying hi to Harley. Thank you so much. Harley's friends showed up just about when we were about to go live. So he's outside playing with his friends. They came up from the property down the mountain. So, Sailor Moon, thanks to see you. Just Jeannie, howdy. Just the Facts and Corbin, hello. Oh, I'm catching up. Hey, Seaweed. Hey, Bobby Joe. Hey, Hemi. Gran, good to see you. Captain Injustice, good to see you. Universal. Happy Thursday. Am I seriously? Yeah, I am. Hey, Susanna. I apologize. Tom, good to see you. Hey, Julie and Melissa's chat, Cindy B, hey Nana, Shy, and Angela. It's never ending. Oh my gosh. Are you saying that because I told you I had to go wash my hair? Thank you. Hey, house music. Hey, Christina. These jewels are new. Anyone seen them before? I have no idea what you're talking about. Jewels? Ori? Thank you for coming today. Mhm. We do love some Melissa. Hey, Great Wolf. Laverne, good to see you. Crime Science Stories. I believe you got a gifted membership. And anybody else? Congratulations. Hey, Hustler. I always have to think, like, do I call them by their real names or no? I just stick to their yeah. Hey, Don. You have a pep to your voice. So glad you yeah, thank you. Thank you. It does, it relaxes you, right? And plus, being that it's just been garbage online, there's really been nothing. I've been following the Athena Strand trial, but you know, still a lot of downtime away from the computer. Cindy Sperry, good to see you. That was me. I did that. That was me. Strange eggs, I drink Alanis. Oh, we're way up there. So if I miss anybody, I apologize to Oilers. Good to see you. And who else? Um, there we go. Mr. Hemi coming in with the facts. Canada Food Inspection Agency and Health Canada handle what goes on our shelves. Thank you. Bonnie Garrett, did I say hi? Thank you. My name's Shar, but thank you. My bad. See it now. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta start reading before I put shit up. It gets me in trouble some days, am I right? Gren's busy, like, getting rid of terrible comments, and I just put them up anyway. Hmm. Ah, Emerald, hi, Ashar mods, and everyone in chat. It's GMT Friday, the 18th here in Ireland. Neat. Oh, thanks for being here. Hey, Red. Baby Monkey, love your name. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. She deleted it because that one had the lawyer in it. The one I got did. I'm very upset about being defamed, Ernestine. I'm not sure what defamed is, but I feel like I don't know if they're I don't know if I'm meant to feel stupid, but I do feel like I lost brain cells reading it. Like I don't and the really, really fucked up part is everybody has spell check. It's just weird. Holly G, good to see you. And little black bear. Do 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 do. Michelle James, good to see you. I have never seen a group of people, especially who think she can control the narrative by trying to control people. We'll look at it tomorrow. We'll look at it tomorrow. I'm just going to fast forward through all these ones because, I mean, I wanted to, because my thumbnail said I'll deal with the bullshit tomorrow, which I will. Which I will. It happens more times than I'd like to address, but it is what it is. Tell them all to fly a kite. We're here for Jack and Lily and Jack. Thank you, Corbin. But at some point, you have to decide what's worth addressing and what's worth ignoring. And I generally take the high road, and I'm going to hop off of it for a couple hours tomorrow, get it off my chest, and hopefully that will encourage them to leave me alone once and for all. Hey, look, everybody, my mom's here. Hey, Mom, can you tell the chat if I drink or do drugs or if I have ever been a drinker or a drug user? Be honest. And that's funny. That's funny. All right, fast forwarding. I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it. I'm getting through it. And if I miss anybody, sorry. I don't know if my mom is still here, if she'll tell you guys, but what it means to be a non-drinker. Hey, Leanne. Wendy, good to see you. At this point, it may be easier to learn dog speak than sort through all this human BS. Thank you, Mr. Hemi. Losing brain cells. And that part pisses me off. Like I shouldn't feel I shouldn't feel like I'm the dumb one when I'm trying to read a fucking email from a supposed lawyer. Like that is the epitome of stupid. And I'm not saying one person in particular because I have no idea who wrote it. I'm just saying. Spell check. Do do. Marie, thanks for saying hi to my mom. Everybody's saying hi to my mom. Did my mom answer yet? I don't know. She might have left. Anyways, Melissa, have you heard of anyway, Larry something or other came out in the last week or so? Hey, look, everybody, look. My mom, no, you have not wrote. She meant right. But I can honestly say I'm not a drinker. And I can honestly say I've never done drugs. So, Rogue, do you know who I am? I'm the one that she keeps calling out on her live streams. I am not. I am perched firmly on my fence and on the high road. Tomorrow, I'm taking a break from that because I've had enough. So, anyways, we're moving on. Melissa, like I said, have you heard of this Larry Cameron? Thank you, baby monkey. That's the one.
I heard of him, but honestly, not watched a whole lot because I'll just leave it at I haven't watched a whole lot because I really don't want to start taking and making shots fired tonight.
Right. So the okay, so most of us know that this Larry Cameron, he did a open source kind of a big document, not unlike what Melissa did. But there was also another part to that where it was more of they call it an intelligence report. I was sent this intelligence report last night, and I was asked just to review it. And then once it went public, I could talk about it, but I was asked not to review it until after it went public, which fair enough, right? Perfectly fair enough. And to be honest with you, because I had just gotten home and I was tired, had to unpack. We just moved back, so I still have tons of unpacking, let alone the trip I was just on. I don't have time to sit and read through all this stuff. I clicked through it a little bit. Is what it is. We're going to go through it. And I know I've heard this and that about what people think of this intelligence report. And you're entitled to your opinion. What I am going to ask, if you have criticism, please make sure it's constructive. Let's not cast judgment on the individual who did this until we can go through it and maybe see what's all included. And we can share our opinions respectfully, like we always do here. Um, we can. All I'm asking is just no hate mongering here, okay? We have enough of that everywhere else on this platform. So no hate mongering here. If this is not something that you're interested in, we'll see you next stream. Constructive criticism. If there's any like blatant mistakes, I've been asked to point them out so that it can be corrected and updated appropriately. So we're just here as a group and we're going to try to sort through some of this stuff. Okay. Yes, I will get actually, Gren, if you wouldn't mind putting a link to this, I don't know if we're calling it a platform. It's a platform index, I guess. Put the link in the chat. It's public now, so anybody can have access to it. And yeah, we'll go through it. Melissa, did you look at this at all? Because it was put into our chat this morning.
I did, but it didn't upload. It didn't like come out right when I clicked on it. So I don't know what happened there on my end.
Okay. This is funny. This is cute. Hey, Claire. I wouldn't be at all surprised if you were drinking and smoking 20 fags a day with the stress of this case. God bless you, Charmaine. You are doing great and so very calm. Thank you. That's hilarious. Hilarious. I don't know if I can out you or not, no mercy, but thanks for joining today. And here is the link to the document that we're looking at right now. I have to exciting news. I got my triple screens, my extended triple screens. So I'm going to try to move this over to right in front of me. Okay? If it disappears, it'll come right back. Just a minute. Did it disappear? Oh, it's still there. You guys can see that, right? Can you see it, Melissa?
I can see it somewhat. The writing is really small.
I'm going to get rid of us and I'm going to make it big while I click through it. So I see right now Larry Cameron is here. All of this data was derived from open source information, OSINT. Okay. Thanks for being here, Larry. And thanks for the work that you've put into this. Again, I haven't had a chance to really dive deep. I guess if anybody has questions for Larry, like I said, respectful questions for Larry. If this isn't for you, we'll see you next time. But constructive criticism is also more than welcome. Um, enough with the games. You don't have to refrain from sharing your opinion. Just, you know what I mean. Don't be an asshole about it. That's all. You know what I mean? Like, we'll talk about the cease and desist tomorrow, you guys. Let's do this. Okay. Let's do this instead of that. Let's talk about what possibly could have happened to Jack and Lily. Shit that matters. Let's talk about that today. Okay. Before we go roll around in the dirt with the rest of them. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay. Man, I'm getting nasty. Okay, here we go. Gonna make it bigger. How do I do that? Right, like this. Is that big enough? Is that big enough?
It's still really small. Are you able to
Zoom it? Yes.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Okay, let's do that. Can I get rid of this? No offense, but I do not promote GoFundMe's or actual fundraisers because of the shit show that happened with the last one. So, no shade, not here. That's all. I don't. Okay. let me active investigation platforms. Okay. Can you guys really see that? Because I can't. Okay. What are the real knowns? None. None, in my opinion, because none of us were there. Nobody knows. Okay. The RCMP are investigating to find out. You can't see it, Dodie? Don't say that. Okay. Anyway, do you want to look at the Sullivan Master Intelligence platform? We'll open the platform and we'll have a read. Really, you guys? You can't see it? Do you see that? Hopefully. It's pretty big. Okay, little black bear. Okay. I've got it up on my big screen TV and I still find it hard to read, so I can imagine anybody on a computer screen or phone.
I just want to
Okay,
say,
well, yeah, just one sec. Okay, so Gren has put it in the chat again. So if you have access to a computer or like some other thing where you can continue listening and you can kind of go through it yourself as well. Here we go, right there. Okay. I want to make sure everybody sees it. And I'm sorry that you can't see it. So I guess it is what it is. We're just going to move on. Okay. Go ahead, Melissa. I apologize.
you're fine. I think you said Larry's in the chat here. If I could give just a bit of advice, because with doing my documents, I found this a lot with people that couldn't read it, especially on a black background. If you could just maybe make the font a little bigger so people could see it a little easier. Just a thought. Other than that, it looks great.
I was muted. Sorry. Okay. So forgive me while I trip my way through this, as I do with everything in my life. We're going to trip through it together. Master timeline. This is very interesting. So back in October of 2021, Malaya leaves Cody Sullivan. No further contact with children. Sullivan claimed child support. Malaya said he did not. Huh? I don't know what that means. Malaya said that he never paid child support. Is that what this means? Anyways, August 2023, Brooks Murray moves to Lansdowne with Martel, moved 65 kilometers from Truro to Martel's mother, Janie McKenzie's property. Friends say she distanced from family after. And it has the sources down here too, you guys. And Melissa, are you keeping an eye on chat? Can you star stuff so I can just go through this and then after every section we'll stop and we'll go through those chats. Okay? Does that sound good?
Gotcha.
Okay. Last time extended family saw the children, Ron McKenzie saw the children at the Fire Hall birthday party. And that was on April 19th, 2025. School confirmed by bus footage, April 28th, 2025. Bus 919 pick up 7:25 to 7:30 a.m. Bus 267 drop off 2:42 p.m. confirmed by Celtic Family Transportation CCTV. Source court docs. Last day of school was April 29th. Daniel picks up at 2:41. That would be from the bus. Malaya walks children onto bus 919 at 7:27 a.m. Daniel boards the bus 267 at 2:41 p.m. to escort them off, confirmed by bus surveillance. The children never returned to school. So the 30th we know was a PD day. Also on the 30th, the family went to Walmart in Truro, confirmed by CCTV video. May 1st, the children were kept home because Lily had a cough. Second consecutive absent day, Edmund Dixon saw Daniel in Dollarama parking lot at 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. I think that's somewhere in between those times, with girlfriend and baby. Heard children's voices from a back seat. May 1st, 2:25 p.m., last confirmed public sighting at Dollarama. Malaya entered at 1:53 p.m. with the baby. Daniel entered with Jack and Lily at 2:01 p.m. All five exited at 2:25 p.m. And that's the last confirmed video image of Lily and Jack Sullivan alive or otherwise. Cindy Murray video call on May 1st at 3:37 p.m. She sees the children. A 12-minute Facebook Messenger video call, nothing unusual. Last independent remote verification of children being alive. Children put to bed May 1st at around between 9 and 10 p.m. Daniel stays up alone. Lily and Jack put to bed wearing clothes, laundry, and bags. Lily had a pink backpack. Jack had a dinosaur toy and a blanket. Daniel said he'd clean the house. House was not clean in the morning. Malaya does not know when Daniel came to bed. Bedtime changed from 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. in a later statement. And we know that is from the court docs. Anything you want to say so far?
No, it kind of seems like he did what I did and went through the court documents and statements that family have made. And similar to what I did is try to come up with the best timeline from all of that.
Right, yeah. Okay, so the overnight black hole between May 1st and 2nd. No independent verification of anything between 10 p.m. and the next morning. Two neighbors, Wong and Smith, reported hearing loud vehicle from the property 5 to 6 times in early morning hours. Martel denied. My vehicle never moved out of the yard that night. This directly contradicts his own statement that he drove to search the morning of May 2nd. Source court docs and the Canadian press. I would argue that that's kind of word salad. That's semantics. You know what I mean? He was referring to the overnight trips that were heard by Brad and Justin. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know that that directly contradicts him searching first thing in the morning because he's denying his vehicle was the vehicle heard 5 to 6 times overnight. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm sure you know what I'm saying. Nobody here is stupid. May 2nd, 6 to 6:15 a.m., sometime in there, Malaya's alarm to mark the children absent from school. We know from the screenshots that we saw that they were marked absent from school at 6:17 and 6:18 a.m. that day. Daniel and the baby are still sleeping. No noise in the house. Second consecutive day marked absent. May 2nd, Malaya hears children playing, fades back to sleep. Children audible in next room. Woke the baby up. Lily seen entering, exiting bedroom doorway by Daniel, not by Malaya. Jack heard but not visually confirmed. This time is V3 classified. The key to the disappearance window. Established disappearance window. May 2nd, 8 a.m. to 9:40 a.m. Per Doc D affidavit paragraph 4A, Malaya reported children left house between 8 a.m. and 9:40 a.m. Only unredacted disappearance window statement across all documents. Okay, but you don't want to put in and I see it here in the next line, but it kind of narrows the timeline a little bit, being that Janie was talking to Ron at 8:48 a.m., whatever time that call ended. So you've got between that time and 9:40 a.m. That, to me, is the window. Janie heard the kids, according to Janie. So phone call with brother, dozed off, woke to dog barking, heard children on swings laughing, and fell back to sleep. May 2nd, 9:10 a.m., Mackenzie heard Martel yelling the children's names. Where did we get 9:10 a.m.? Because I don't recall Janie knowing what time it was. That she heard them. Like she doesn't remember what time she heard them. That's just my thoughts. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. 20 minutes after hearing the children on swings, Mackenzie emerged. Brooks Murray and driveway, children gone about 20 minutes. Martell searches without the phone. Jumped in the vehicle, surveyed dirt roads, then searched the woods on foot, did not take phone. No GPS records exist of his movement during the critical window. No independent timestamp of when he left or returned. Right. Very true. Very true. Then we've got Natasha Haywood reports sighting unconfirmed. 2 children walking northbound on Gairloch Road. Girl is Caucasian, dark pigtail hair, blue tank top, about 9 to 10 years old. Boy, dirty blonde shorts, about 5 years old. Unknown woman, 50 to 60s, loose curl hair, white shirt, beside tan gold sedan with rear passenger door open at Lansdowne Station Road. Discrepancies in hair, clothing, age versus known description not confirmed as Lily and Jack as of August 21st, 2025, and still to this day. So 10:01 a.m., 911 is called by Malaya. Both possibly autistic, known to wander. Boots were gone. Police arrive at 10:27 a.m. RCMP file that. Our PA's drone search launched negative. Constable Mugford, thermal imaging, grid search 0.5 kilometers north, 360 degrees, Lansdowne Lake scan, negative. Grounded 2:07 p.m. battery and helicopter. No nighttime thermal sweep ever conducted. And then on May 2nd, 12:25 p.m., RCMP released a public statement. Initial missing persons notice stated believed children wandered, no evidence of abduction. So then we know about the pink blanket found, reported around 4 p.m., and it was found by Haley and Hayden. I'm going to go a little bit quicker through this. Vulnerable missing persons advisory issued for northeastern Nova Scotia, not an Amber Alert, criteria not met. And I think it's important to include here that people in nearby communities didn't receive this vulnerable persons alert either. May 2nd, Daniel made his first statement to the media. Was that the 2nd, though? Mother stated she was hopeful that interview was on the 3rd. So on the 3rd, 12:45 a.m., so just after midnight, Malaya tips in Cody. We heard about that. We know that Cody, or the RCMP, went to Cody's house at about 3 o'clock in the morning. And then Malaya on May 3rd leaves Lansdowne and blocked Daniel on everything, ending the relationship. May 3rd, Martell sliding door was closed, boots were gone. First detailed account to National Post, established silent departure narrative. Children have autism, don't stray far. Interesting. So May 3rd, the driveway altercation, I believe it is referred to as, but it says argument here, drug history revealed, family confrontation. Malaya family discovered Martell's drug history, meth, cocaine, screaming match. Mackenzie ordered Brooks Murray's sister off the property. And then on May 4th, Daniel said they would get in any car. Contradiction. One day after saying the children do not stray far, now says they'd get into a car if offered food. Called for border airport monitoring. On May 4th, the second blanket fragment found in trash bag at driveway. The search peaks at 160 ground volunteers. Is everybody, keeping up, or can we kind of, we know this. We know this stuff, and it's good. Don't get me wrong. I think we'll get into the later stuff. This just confirms what we already know, that the search turned up nothing. I do know Natasha Haywood didn't want to give a statement. She didn't think it was Jack and Lily, and she had a mistrust of the police, and so her friend had to work hard to convince her to give any statement by mid-May. And um, everything is, yeah, I just don't know. There's a lot here, and there's other stuff that we can get into. So let's pause here, and we'll go through chat a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next one. Sound good, Melissa?
Yeah, that sounds good. I don't know if Larry is still in chat, but I did put the link to the document. I did. If he wants to take a look at it, and if he needs anything out of it, of course he can let me know. But I'm sure he has everything that's in it.
Okay, so Melissa was good enough to go through and start some comments, so let's work on this. Polly G, Larry is awesome and legit. Won't discredit this one, but constructive criticism would be welcome. To, if anything is wrong, anything like that, don't be shy. Just be nice. Baby Monkey, I just find that if it was legit, he would not be allowed to say a lot of that stuff. All this stuff is known, right? This is all open source. So, oh, and there he is right there answering. All of this data was derived from open source information. And he has put his stuff together with his credentials. Thank you. Larry, thank you. Good to know the sources. Yes. Where did this timeline info come from? Mostly the court docs, but some of it from the media, the things that everybody has said in the media. So if you go to it, Baby Monkey, the sources are under everything. In blue here, that's his source. So you're able to fact check it with that particular source if you so choose. I put mainly from court documents, police statements, news articles. I only added some public stuff and tagged it in the timeline that I did. And oh man, you give me way too much credit. Shar, you can make notes and I can make any changes that are needed. I only started this a week ago, so I am still learning. Fair enough. Fair enough. Probably won't be me taking notes. I have a hard enough time navigating my own life half the time. But we all see it, and we can all listen back and pick up on the things that may have been missed or need to be updated. It's not a big deal. Okay. No unsubstantiated evidence is entered into this, correct? Are you still... Is Michelle James still in chat? She said Daniel admitted to driving around partying that night. I think it was Durwood, wasn't it? Janie told me straight out she never saw the kids. She heard the kids. She heard them talking, but it was too muffled. She could not make out what they were saying, but they were playing. I asked her specifically, do you remember any words that they said? And she said she could not make out words. Just like when Daniel is on the phone inside the trailer, she can hear the muffled talking, but she can't make out words. So she knew they were outside playing near the swing set, but could not make out any words. I have full custody of my children, though, so maybe different. I don't know what you're talking about. Probably shouldn't have done this. Why am I stuck in chat? We're moving on, remember? Persons of interest. No offense, am not persons of interest that suspects. just interesting persons involved or related, let's not do that, okay? Just because of what it is. You hopefully you get it. Hopefully you get it. All right. I am interested in I want to know evidence tracker, statement analysis. No offense, but sour taste in my mouth for that kind of stuff. Neighbors Wong and Smith to RCMP on May 9th heard a loud vehicle coming and going from the property 5 to 6 times in the early morning hours of May 2nd. Martel to RCMP said he went to bed early and didn't wake until light the next morning. Maybe I shouldn't say or add in, but did Malaya not say? I mean, she's changed her story a few times, but maybe Melissa will remember, but she did say that one time that Daniel didn't come to bed. Another time we heard that she walked in on Daniel in the bathroom doing substances. And then more recently, and I don't remember where this came from, but more recently we heard that Malaya heard Daniel sounded like packing or rolling something up. Do you remember that, Melissa?
Vaguely.
But that was recent, and I think, do you not have that in your document about her saying that Daniel didn't come to bed that night? Did she say that to Sunny?
Yeah,
I
it's
can't
in there.
remember. Yeah. Yeah.
And Larry asked me to forward it to him. The link is in the chat, so if you just click on that, it'll take you right to it, Larry.
Okay. They're missing descriptors. Was it a Caucasian woman? Are you talking about Natasha? Yeah, it was. Like in the tip, it was, I believe. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say. Because I don't think, like, her picture wasn't in the court docs, obviously, but we found photos of her. So I can say that, yes, she was, but yeah. I may definitely be mistaken, but regardless, I would assume the RCMP do have the actual information. Just curious why she would deny it. Mhm. Anyways, I'm gonna move on. Contradictions. Man, this must have taken you forever. Forever. Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Okay. Martel to Canadian Prison. My vehicle never moved out of the yard that night, and it never moved out of the yard the following day. Intelligence analysis. His claim the vehicles never moved the following day directly contradicts his own RCMP statement that he ran outside, got in the car, and drove around on May 2nd. That's very true. Very true. 2 independent witnesses reported 5 to 6 vehicle trips overnight. He attempted to deflect by claiming the vehicle belonged to Brooks Murray. This is the strongest single contradiction in the file because it has 2 independent corroborating witnesses and a self-contradiction. Okay, but maybe, like, I don't know if you're working with Daleen and Chrissy, but maybe they can tell you more about. So Justin Smith gave his statement very early on, and I don't think that Brad Wong wanted his statement written down or whatever, like he didn't want to give an official statement, but I believe he admitted to speaking with Justin Smith before giving his verbal statement. So I don't know if the police would And you probably know exactly what I'm saying here, but I don't know if the police would consider that two independent witnesses at that point. Justin Smith, absolutely. And I'm not throwing any shade at Brad whatsoever. Love Brad. But the fact that he didn't give an official statement or whatever they call it, and he had talked to Justin Smith before saying that, I'm just saying that I don't know if the RCMP would put that up to like an independent witness at that point. I don't, maybe. I don't know. No phone during search, behavioral anomaly, eliminating GPS. Court documents and Martel to RCMP, ran outside, drove around, then searched the woods for hours, did not take phone or look at time. Standard parental response. Any parent searching for missing 4 and 6-year-old children would take their phone to call 911, coordinate with others, or receive calls. The intelligence analysis, leaving the phone behind, eliminates GPS cell tower tracking of his movements during the critical window. No digital record exists of where he went or how long he was gone before the 10:01 a.m. 911 call. This is the single most consequential behavioral anomaly because it creates an unverifiable gap in the most critical period of the case. Combined with the overnight vehicle contradiction, it means Martel's movements from roughly 10 p.m. May 1st to 10:01 a.m. May 2nd have zero independent verification. Another piece that I don't even know if Daleen and Chrissy are fully versed in, but Daniel had sent his morning timeline to my good friend Sunny back, I believe it was in August, and he explained the route he took with the Nissan Pathfinder. Basically, how fast he was going, where he went, where he turned around. He was very detailed in explaining where he went to search for the kids. That was back in August. And then fast forward to October, we get the court documents. And in those court documents, Justin Smith explained what he heard that night. And it just so happened to be very, very similar to the route Daniel explained to Sunny he took in August, that he took on May 2nd in the morning. But he had said that in August. So and the court documents were not public, and I don't think that Daniel would have had access to Justin Smith's statement. So that that was something that was caught by a YouTuber friend of mine. It's very, very similar routes. What Justin Smith claims to have heard overnight and to where Daniel said he searched in the morning. So that to me is kindly a coincidence of all coincidences that I think deserves to be in here because they're, like I said, Daniel's words. And if we're going to put all the information in here to analyze it, to consider everything that we're looking at, that needs to be in there because it's something that Daniel explained in great detail to Sunny. And we do have the screenshots. It was done on a live stream. And then you compare it to Justin Smith's actual statement. It is very interesting. Very interesting. And I don't know if you're going to get to this anywhere in here or not, but during his search in the morning in the Nissan Pathfinder, Daniel said that the blanket was not out there. So, interesting. Include it, don't include it. Share document, just telling you. And I rambled too much, so now I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Everybody has access to this now. You can go and do this. Right? Complete narrative reversal. Wandered into the woods, didn't wander. Martel to multiple outlets between May 2nd and 7th. Children wandered out of the back sliding door into the woods. Basis of the 12,000 hour 8.5 kilometer squared search. By October 30th, I guess, Martel to Global News. I believe they're not in the woods and they didn't wander into the woods. I can say that as early as, and probably sooner, but as early as May 30th, Daniel was saying to me that he believed Malaya's family had knowledge. He didn't think that they were in the woods as early as May 30th, probably before that. Statement C, January 6th, believes the disappearance was criminal, children still alive. Complete 180 degrees. If children didn't wander his own narrative, what happened to them? He was one of two adults home. The progression from accidental wandering to criminal act by unknown party. Children are alive moves culpability consistently further from the home and the subject. This is the most analytically significant contradiction because it undermines the entire premise of the original investigation, while the subject provides no alternative explanation beyond third-party abduction. I mean, I've got thoughts on that whole section. Relationship violence, direct he said, she said, plus subsequent charges. I'm gonna, because of the limitations on what we can talk about, I'm going to skip over this if you don't mind. Phone monitoring, flat denial, and then partial admission. From January 2026, Martel to Global News and the Canadian press. Allegations to make me seem evil. It didn't happen, regarding the phone taking allegation. February of 2026, Martel to CBC. She also monitored mine. She blocked her friends on my phone and she blocked them on her own phone. Intelligence analysis. First statement, categorical denial. Second, she did it too. Deflection, implicitly acknowledging phone control occurred. The shift indicates original denial was not fully accurate. Pattern, deny, then when pressed, redirect to shared culpability. Fair. Clearance claims versus RCMP position, never confirmed. June 2025 and January 2026. Investigators don't see me as part of the disappearance, and I watched investigators check the box for no criminal involvement. The RCMP position, Sergeant McCammon, in January of 2026, I wouldn't say that anybody's a suspect. We continued to gather information. RCMP escalation, the spokesperson Gerard, in February of 2026. Investigators are evaluating all scenarios, including criminality. Intelligence analysis, Martel repeatedly claimed clearance. RCMP never confirmed. Their language escalated from not believed criminal early to evaluating criminality later. The check the box claim has zero corroboration from any official source. The progression of RCMP language is itself analytically significant. They are moving toward, not away from, criminal framing. Pattern assessment. The contradictions reveal a subject who maintained a high volume media presence, 33 appearances, to establish a public narrative of cooperation and innocence, while the factual record, court documents, and witnesses contain multiple direct tensions with that narrative. The progression from accidental wandering, criminal act by unknown party, children are alive consistently moves culpability further from the home and the subject. The elimination of GPS tracking, no phone during search, the overnight vehicle contradiction, two independent witnesses, and the narrative reversal, complete 180, from the three strongest analytical indicators, McCammon consideration of long-term justice and whether charges will eventually be laid that was in December 2025, represents the strongest official signal that the investigation is building towards, not retreating from, potential prosecution. I think that's fair. Have you been plugging away at comment?
Yep, I've got some starred for you.
Okay. Kent. Shenanigans is trying to discredit Larry and his sources, yet his sources are where I don't wanna. You know what? I'm just gonna say it. If you don't agree with Shenanigans, then she's gonna try to discredit you. So that's the long and short of it. So it means nothing to me. Less than nothing. Um, I'm not gonna address that anymore. I can't even say that, Daleen. Are you fucking with me, Melissa? Saying all this stuff or starring all this stuff that I can't put up, that I can't. You're funny. If Lily saw a big bear, she would have screamed, and one of the babies would have got away. No bear got those babies. Absolutely not. No bear would eat boots. No bear would leave zero trace. Come on. You're the only channel that doesn't delete texts I write. Oh, I haven't seen anything that needs to be deleted. Thank you for being here, Universal. Appreciate you. And
You
let
weren't
me
supposed to catch
guess.
on.
Yeah, well, I did, and I can't even sound some of those things out. I mean, come on. Just kind of looking real quick through the chat. Hopefully my mods are staying on top of any undesirables coming in here.
So far,
What do
chat's
we
been
call it?
really good. There's just not really been much said, really.
Okay. You know what? I just did that entire thing without making it big again. I'm so sorry, you guys. I saw a comment on somebody, I think it was on Mike Demands. One of his viewers or chatters or whatever called me like Charmaine is such a ditz. They're not wrong. They're not wrong. But I'm a ditz who can read and spell. Tell you that much. Anyways, I stoop. I digress. All right. Blanket fragment number 1 found in tree. So 4 p.m. May 2nd, tree on Lansdowne Station Road, 1 kilometer from the house, 1 meter off the ground, found by Malia's family. K9 no scent trail. Both finders polygraphed February 2026 and passed. Family on all sides suggest the blanket was planted. The blanket fragment number 2 in trash bag was seized by the RCMP on May 4th at about 9:09 p.m. Same blanket, trash bag was at the end of the driveway. Martel used as storage draft blocker. Malaya threw it in the garbage about a week earlier. Child-sized boot prints, pipeline trail, forensically matched. Found during initial search, tread number 29, size 11. Consistent with Lily's confirmed boots, no further tracks in any direction. 2 sizes found, size 11 and smaller. Dollarama CCTV video, last confirmed sighting, May 1st at 2:25 p.m. All 5 family members, 20 hours before 911 call. Anchors all investigative time windows. A wrench on the front door. Martel placed on top of the door the night before because of bear activity. Undisturbed the next morning, children exited via back sliding door, which was found closed. For phone forensic images, both adults. So this is sealed in information. Malaya surrendered May 6th. Daniel surrendered May 7th. DFS imaged May 8th. Constable Robinson reviewed May 22nd. 9 subpoints from Malaya's phone, 6 from Daniel's, 15 in total. Analyst Carter GPS review on May 26th, 3 subpoints. Carter second report June 16th, targets a classified subject. DFS created second narrower report from existing. Full images remain sealed. Order specifically authorized, deleted, and recovered data, not just timeline verification. Interesting. So I'm just going to go through the ones that are kind of interesting, like the Daniel DNA sample. When was this? This was, yeah, it was December. for blanket testing. Claim the investigators checked no criminal involvement box, unverified. USB recording between Patty and Durwood. Phone conversation between the grandmother, Patty Pearson, and relative Durwood or Darren Geddes. Content not publicly disclosed. Geddes observed commenting on YouTube true crime shows. Martell claims scream in the woods. Told police he heard a scream while searching that could have been Jack or Lily. Helicopter overhead prevented further hearing. Time and circumstances of disclosure unclear. And then 8,100 plus video files, 8-kilometer radius canvassed. Motion activated cameras, dash cam, doorbell footage, April 27th to May 3rd, 8-kilometer radius from residents, no investigative avenues from reviewed footage, 3,500 files still unreviewed. Crazy. Search, we know about that. You got anything? Got anything? I wish you had this so that you could take over.
I mean, mine looks totally different than yours.
One sec.
So mine looks totally different than yours. So I'm not sure how to really go over it because it's vastly different. I just, without taking a screenshot and sending it to you.
I would like you to put yours up. How'd that be? Are you ignoring me? I just think you should
No,
put it
I'm
up
on
so you can
mute.
take over for. Yeah, you should take over for a little bit so I can dig into chat a little bit. Know what I'm saying?
Okay, so this is what mine looks like. And it's, like I said, it's vastly different.
It's not that different, is it?
From what yours looks like. Well, so where did you leave off? I forgot.
I'm sorry. The real reason I needed you to do that is because I really have to go to the washroom. So I'll be back. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oops, I muted myself. So I'm not real sure where she left off. So let's start here with the school bus footage findings. There were 7 sessions. It says it's privileged. April 28th through the 29th, the last days the children rode. May 2nd, all day and extended results, all V2, implying footage relevant to a potential prosecution. What appears on the footage is unknown. It's not publicly releasable until prosecution. Let's see, I'm not sure. All vehicles leaving Nova Scotia for 36.5 hours may confirm or eliminate any suspects westbound travel. It's not reviewed as of July 16th, with over 6 weeks after the receipt. Awaiting the RCMP Analytical Resources Review is authorized under this code number here. The identity of the woman in the sedan, only external witness who appears to have been interacting with the 2 children on the road. Open rear door suggests preparation to receive a child at same location as the blanket. Hold on, let me switch glasses. Maybe I can read it a little bit better. Nope, wrong ones. Okay. As far as the 4V3 delayed disclosure order, content 4 entities across Montreal, Toronto, Halifax, and unknown jurisdictions provide records. These may be telecom providers, financial platforms, social media companies, or private persons, fully sealed. The classification cannot be lifted without a judicial order tied to the prosecution timeline. Sole witness whose account is unverified or testimony is the Only external confirmation that the children were alive and outside on May 2nd. Psychologic, I can't talk. Physiology really means no opinion was reached. That was Janie's polygraph. In my document, I have what that means. As far as the banking analysis with the 30-day window, the financial behavior in the month preceding the disappearance, there were large withdrawals, unusual e-transfers, or financial stress indicators not yet confirmed. Analysts assigned results pending should be resolving within the investigation timeline. As far as the Text Plus secondary communications channel, all calls, texts made via Wi-Fi are on separate records. Deleted post disappearance. The order executed on July 4th, results were sealed. Being held for potential prosecution use indicates relevant material found. As far as social media analysis Roberts open source social media report from June 24th, all four findings sealed. The social media posts about the case, locations, or subjects could provide critical leads. It says it's tied to an active investigation, cannot be lifted without a judicial order. When it comes to the trailer, underside, rear section, and right flank, the drone could not access the further rear because there was insulation hanging down that prevented them from seeing that. So because of insulation or right side slope, if the children or evidence was concealed in this space, it has not been confirmed or eliminated by a physical search. And remember, believe it was Janie said Daniel even offered to crawl under there and check. Requires physical access. Structural difficulty more require dismantling sections of the trailer. I wouldn't think it would you would have to dismantle any part of the trailer. Somebody would just have to crawl under there. As far as the 3,500 unreviewed video canvas items, Constable Burmark reviewed 1,517 of 5,000 items, 30% complete. Vehicles are being logged, potential to find the tan sedan, known vehicles, or children on other cameras in the area. It says ongoing analysis, no timeline to completion, dependent on analysis resource. Barney's River property is not a confirmed search. Status is unknown. Daniel's father owns 100+ wooded property near Barney's River, not referenced in any search operation sections, not disclosed by Daniel, only by Malaya. Location has never been excluded as a deposition site, requires constant or judicial authority for search. Status not confirmed in file. Let's see, you went over, I think, the documents there. So I'm not sure.
I'm here just listening. You're doing a fantastic job.
Liar.
No, you are.
I had to switch out my glasses. My bifocals wouldn't let me read it. So I don't know, whatever you want to go over now. I'm going to turn it back over to you for a minute.
Okay. I starred some stuff that we'll address in chat. Lucy friends, good to see you. Has anyone confirmed whether there were bears that were in that area? Because that was the reason why he put the wrench on in the front door, which is odd. They have chickens in the back if they were worried bears. I agree. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I didn't watch DT back in the day, so don't come at me. But I believe somebody supplied DT a picture of a bear in their driveway. So it very well could have been a real issue. However, although I did not consider the chickens, but fair point. I couldn't get past the, okay, so we're worried about the bear, so we put a wrench on the door to stop. I don't know. I don't get it. To stop the bear from coming in because the kids could get out the back sliding door. So I get that a bear can't slide a door open and shut, but you know what I mean? Like that whole thing made no sense to me. The wrench on the door. Um, because of a bear. It didn't. Why would you worry about the front door and not do anything about the back door if it was a real possibility that the kids would get out and be face to face with a bear? And did they normally lock that sliding glass door? You know what I mean? It just forgot. It just doesn't make sense. Peace Spice. Kent. Funny how his findings are exactly what you've been pushing. Um, yeah, I don't know that we've gotten to the overall like findings. Like that's kind of what I'm trying to fairly quickly as my brain will allow me to get to his, I guess, his summary, his overall assessment that I've heard so much about. Um, no offense, Larry, but I'm probably going to eat you alive when it comes to that, respectfully. Um, Melissa, you also did a phenomenal job of organizing, putting together documents about this case. Absolutely, she did. That document, as always, can be found on Melissa's community page and as well as my community page, and I believe she's put it in the chat for Larry to go to.
It's also, Shar,
Sorry, wait, one sec.
it is in every video that I do about Jack and Lily. That document link is in there. You just got to copy it and paste it.
Thank you. There is wildlife there, but any animal attack, there would have been an abundance of evidence with one human, let alone two. There was, and there was a case, what was his name? Very unique name, that I believe a bear wandered off with him, but a boot was found, like there was something found. There was no forensic evidence per se, but there were bear tracks and there was a boot found. So to have nothing, sorry, not sorry, bullshit. Bear did not attack the children, neither did a dog. I'm not even going to say in my opinion, in your opinion, because that's just ludicrous. But if there were bears, why not be worried about children being in the woods and mention this in their interviews? Fair. Julie, good to see you in Melissa's chat. Sorry, but we are still at two very young neglected kids, 3 adults with hazy recall, deep sleepers, and no trace. How did RCMP rule out abduction? Did they have cameras? I thought they didn't. Thank you, Julie. Excellent point. That was actually one of the very first questions I asked Daniel back in May. Did the RCMP tell you how and why they quickly ruled out abduction? Or didn't rule it out, but said no evidence of? To the extreme of spending 6 days searching the woods. There had to be more than just, doesn't look like they were taken. You know what I'm saying? There had to be something else. In October, he said we have no reason to lock the door. But why the wrench then? I have questions about that. Not it's my biggest regret or thought we didn't need to. Fair. Robin, once again, I get timed out. I have screenshot for proof of what I'm saying. I can send it to you, Shar. If it doesn't have anything to do with what we're discussing, then I'm not really, I don't know. I missed what you're referring to, Robin. Thanks for being here. Marianne, good to see you. If there was a bear activity, they could have gotten in the back sliding door. Why leave it unsecured? Oh, Look at you reading from my same book. I don't believe the sliding door would have been locked, as that is most likely the main entrance Jay used. Jack? What?
Janie?
Oh, Janie? Hmm. Maybe, but if they're worried about the bear, like they're not worried. Okay. My point is they're not worried about the bear coming in, are they? And a wrench would stop a bear from coming in? I don't understand the whole wrench thing on the door and how it relates to a friggin' bear. I'm sorry. I don't get it. Space. I feel like you are unbiased, Melissa, so trust the information you have put together. Absolutely.
I wanted to respond to that.
I
So,
apologize. You go.
so I don't know that I can honestly sit here and say that I'm unbiased. I don't like the way this case has gone. I don't like a lot of the contradictions that we've seen on all parties. So I'm for Jack and Lily and whatever that truth is. But I don't like Daniel and I really don't like Malaya that much. Just personally, from what I've seen, I don't think they are overly worried. But if you think I'm unbiased, thank you. But I don't know that I would consider myself unbiased. And I really can't be considering what I've personally been through.
Sorry, I had my mouth full eating a muffin. Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, if you don't know by now, Melissa had a missing child at one point. So her experience and her opinions are the ones that I will give the most respect to. What? What, Gren? What did I do? I'm way behind. Way behind. I'm gonna speed it up. You guys, I'm gonna go towards the bottom. Did I? I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm sorry. Okay. If you've asked a question or want your comment again, please type it again because I didn't realize we were so far behind. Everybody's laughing. I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. I'm smart. Oh, a ditz? You are not a ditz. Smarter than some. Don't tell my secret. Don't tell my secret. I'm just a dummy. Um, Seaweed, did you do what I asked? Seaweed, check your chat. Check your chat. There was enough talk about Justin Smith's statement that I would like to pull it up if we can get to it. Um, I I was just listening to Hidden in the Fog. Belinda Gray said when Cody had his polygraph done, he was not told if he passed or not. I find this interesting because why would anyone else be told the results? Just Stucky, like, come with me. Take my hand, come with me just for a second down Speculation Avenue. Maybe Cody didn't ask. Maybe Cody was 100% sure that he gave all of the answers and was absolutely not involved because he had no involvement in the children's lives. And maybe it was just a matter of, good, I'm glad this test is over. Can I go now? Type of thing. Whereas, you got to look at it from Daniel and Malaya's point of view, where the kids are still missing. So like, they could have asked, did I pass? How did I do? I honestly think I would. I honestly think I would ask if I passed. Not because not because I'd be guilty, but because I'd be curious because of all the, you know, everybody looks at polygraphs differently. I don't know. Amber or April, good to see you. Thanks for being here. It's not common to tell someone that they passed a polygraph test right after doing it. If they do, they could well be feeding the person what they want to hear. Fair. I'm glad everybody feels like you guys can type what you want and voice your opinion and have a conversation here. I know things out on the YouTube streets in this true crime community are a little unhinged, and it's too bad. It's too bad that we seem to forget why we decide to start channels. You know, I don't know. Could RCMP not get that app back? The one, I'm sure, the cloud, the cache, I'm sure there was something in there. You guys are laughing at me again. I don't believe a submerged phone in water would erase the data, but I wonder if frying the chip would. Still, certain data would be stored to the cloud, such as most download apps. Yes, exactly. They don't need the entire physical phone, you guys. You do realize that, right? They literally need the little tiny chip in there that stores the data. It's not even it's it's not even like a quarter of the size of your phone. Okay? It's teeny tiny, the little piece. So even if your phone is demolished, if they can get that chip out of there, they can get your phone data. They just, install it into a different phone. Literally. And once again, I get timed out. Oh, that's funny. Joe Neal, good to see you. I don't know what he said. Probably wasn't that funny. Just saying. No offense, Joe. Can you guys hear Harley? He's cleaning his paws. He's doing it on my couch. Enough with the games. OSINT, by the very definition, is unreliable as it just means open source intelligence, and that includes all the BS that has been put out, as well as the person or group compiling the info can be biased. That's very true. Enough with the games. Very true. I would relate that more to an AI generated report than I would with a human being compiling the data. But you're totally right about biases, 100%. I don't disagree with you at all. I feel like you are unbiased. Oh, man, I said that already. I am 65 comments behind in chat. So I'm going to fast forward and just say your stuff again, okay? It's in chat. What's in chat? Oh, thank you. I thought you meant this chat. I was like, what? Is Daniel okay? From my information, it was a workplace incident. Just a workplace incident. I don't have any details. I know I don't talk to Daniel every day. Um, whatever. Um, but I've heard that it was a workplace incident, and he has maybe like a couple of cuts on his hand or something. The fact that you're saying that Melissa says a lot about your high character. Well, I really like that Peace Spice likes Melissa. Ron, Mexico. Fancy meeting you here. I just updated the fonts to be more readable. I also added the dispatch platforms. I did not test out the radio one. Please let me know if there are any issues. Okay. You don't have to ask if you're telling the truth. That's true, but what I'm saying is, like, even if so, I've been told that polygraphs, and that they're not admissible in court, So they can be unreliable. So I feel like even if I was being honest, I feel like I would be like, did I pass? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I always have questions. I have to understand absolutely everything if I'm going to put any thought into it. If a bear was trying to get in your front door, you would definitely hear it. No wrench required for bear deterrent. It wouldn't work. Like it would just be like me dropping a nothing on my head. Just ting. Oh, hello. Okay, now where's the food? It it wouldn't deter anything. You guys are talking about. I'm glad you guys are here. Glad you guys are here. Making your rounds. Oh, over in Melissa's chat. Cool. Cool beans. Cool, cool. Belinda, good to see you. Cody did not ask, he was told the results. Would he was told the results would be passed on and he sees no further reason to contact him. Nice. So, I mean that you could say that it's kind of a roundabout way of saying you're good. You're good to go. They could also recover from app notifications, carving, or the chip extraction. Right. I think that's, am I that far behind? Pretty sure that's what I said. Maybe not, but does anyone remember the Dylan Eller case? The dad said they had to bring in someone to do the test. Seems this is what was said. Yeah. I don't know if Dylan Eller's dad said the same thing, but that is what Daniel also said. Sorry. See, Melissa dropped this on me, and I had to swallow a lot of my muffins, so now I have the hiccups. And my supper smells amazing. Just so see. Okay, so anyways, you're hilarious. Sometimes. Okay. I Is this it? That's not it. Just talking about Matt as a catter. Never mind. I see now. I'm far behind in both chats. Oh, am I being too calm, you guys? Anyways, I'm gonna ignore that chat because there's all kinds of crap that I don't want to talk about today. I'll talk about it tomorrow. Um, Maybe a good thing would be getting Larry to explain all of the non-technology advanced people, what drones were used, what they were capable of, such as demoing image capabilities, what LiDAR is. Okay, well, invitation's there. Not today, Larry, but if this is information that you're well versed in and you feel like you want to explain to us technology challenged people, more than welcome. Interesting. But why wouldn't they block the sliding glass door, DA? Muffin hiccups, they suck because they're blueberry muffins. Hmm. Happy birthday, Dylan Eller. Really? Oh, that's another case that just makes no sense, you guys. These children, they don't vaporize. They don't just vanish. She is not monetized yet. Working on it, though. Okay. Oh, look at that. Who knew? Monsters of Chaos is saying hi to Ron, Mexico. Huh. Hope somebody screenshots that. Just like this. I hope somebody screen records this. Daylene, please tell the people that Charmaine does not work with you. Charmaine doesn't work with anybody but my mods. My low mod group, Charmaine works with them. And not on digging up information. Basically just talking about all the stupid shit everybody else says on YouTube. Just saying. Moving on. Okay. Melissa, anything to add? You have 18 starred comments.
So some of your comments, some of these you already went through. So let me scroll back up here. So I believe the wrench had nothing to do with the bear. It was hillbilly alert system, not for a bear. I'm sorry, but if a bear's coming in your door and a wrench hits it in the head, it's not going to make the bear turn around and run. It's going to piss the bear off. Like, what did you do that for? It's not going to help. I agree. It is all about the truth for Jack and Lily, and that's what should matter. They just need the SIM card. So you read that one. Discuss that. It is great to compare documents with what he's got, with what I did. There's different information in each one of them. Oh, Shar, do you have an email? Her email is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, Carrie. I will never forget Daniel saying the kids hate the rain and cold and they would have come right back in. I remember that too. It stuck out to me. Larry did an excellent job of explaining the digital forensics. It is complex, but it is very hard to hide things, even if you think by erasing them that info is gone. Nothing is ever truly gone. You read that one. Happy birthday, Dylan Eller. Wherever you are, hopefully we can find you. Do you know if Daniel and or Janie watches your lives? I don't know. Charmaine might have a...
I don't know that they watch all of them, but I do know that Janie has seen at least a couple. And I suspect Daniel might nose around once in a while, but I don't know. You guys, I don't talk often to Daniel or Janie. But I said it once, I said it 1,000 times, but I suspect they see this and that, but I don't know for sure.
That catches us up to the current chat with what I had marked. So, not real sure what you want to talk about.
Let's decide to go to let's go to the scenario assessment and we'll start there. Do you see that?
Okay, so scenario A, unsupervised wandering. Scenario B is third party involvement. Scenario C is criminal involvement. I think we identified kind of in our little group 9 or 10 different scenarios. So scenario A, which is the unsupervised wandering, is officially favored. RCMP stated the position as of July 16th, not believed to be criminal. The front door was jammed, back door was shut, consistent with children exiting alone. Dispatch described children as known to wander. The boot prints on the pipeline trail are consistent with the direction from the home. Those are all check marked. Then there's an X next to Janie says the children could not have walked to the road without her seeing them. Also X. So the rest of these are going to be X. Daniel, they only listen to me. The children are unlikely to independently wander. And Malaya said they did not normally wander by themselves. Haywood saw a woman with an open rear door at the road, unexplained if wandering. Then it says 19 hours and 36-minute gap narrows the window. The cloud cover obstructed the critical day, and that was in the court documents when they were trying to get the satellite images. So the third party involvement he has marked as high analytical weight. Check marked are Haywood, the woman with the door open, the rear door, watching the children walk north, the blanket, plus eyewitnesses stating or sighting at the same intersection 1 kilometer from the home. 4 video V3 orders filed simultaneously suggest organized external inquiry on May 3rd. Tip Cody Sullivan took the children to New Brunswick, not corroborated, but triggered the Cobequid pass order. The Cobequid pass window not yet reviewed. Exit route unchecked. X marked are Cody Sullivan cleared by the polygraph and in-person confirmation. No other identified third party with motive or opportunity, and Haywood did not see a woman interact with the children. She may be unrelated. So scenario C, which was the criminal involvement, investigatively hedged. So check marked is Malaya's polygraph framed possible murder. Physical evidence seized under Criminal Code Authority, not MPA. Indefinite sealing, no expiration, usually for accidental disappearance. V3 departure, context sealed, implies knowledge the RCMP cannot reveal. RV Maraka is invoked. The content of USB has privacy interests of suspect. 8 documented contradictions in Daniel's statement. Oh, there's way more than that. Erratic police behavior from Daniel. Obedience dependency. X marked is both primary adults passed the polygraph. No charges. The RCMP not believed to be criminal. Official position maintained. They've also said there's no evidence of an abduction. And since I was reading that, I didn't make it bigger and I didn't look at chat.
You have a starred comment to address.
Hey Shar, this is a question for Melissa. If okay, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry your child went missing. I think you're a great advocate and so brave to be here. I wondered if your reaction was similar to the reaction of Malaya. No, it wasn't, and I'm not going to get into that here. I did do a video a couple weeks back where I talked about that, and I'll just leave it there. If you want to go watch it, go watch it. If you don't, you don't. But I tell the story of him being missing and murdered. So it's up to you if you want to go watch it. And everybody tells me that it's emotional. So I guess have some Kleenex with you. I don't know. You'll listen to me cry a lot.
Yeah. It was very emotional, but I mean, I can't imagine how hard it would be to recount that. And I thought it was very brave and a good idea to do, one live stream about it so that she doesn't have to keep on explaining because it's got to be extraordinarily difficult. Thank you for your question, Claire. Enough with the games. I just thought someone with as many cyber accreditations, as Larry would be a wealth of information on the technology utilized thus far in the investigation. It's something many people just do not know. I agree. And the invite is there. If Larry wants to do some kind of a live stream like that and explain some of this stuff to us, I would be more than willing to host that. I'm curious, or sorry, I'm cautious inventing scenarios in my head. Charmaine will vouch. FedEx Tanner comes over as a dozy little simp, yet he sits and watches the hell he created and only cried when he couldn't go home for Christmas. Right, right. Did you see, Julie, the other day when Athena's mom was on the stand? He did seem to get a little emotional, and I hope he's in hell. I hope every single day that he opens his eyes, he lives a living hell. He deserves it. One boot print by the pipeline, are we supposed to think flew a mile away and still only left one boot print? It doesn't fly with me, nor me. They didn't teleport up there. And okay, so let's just talk really quickly about Margie, Ron McKenzie's wife. She had, and there are screenshots somewhere, I don't want to dig them up right now, but last weekend, her small children wandered into the woods looking for their dad, and they were missing. They could not find them. But it took 20 minutes to locate these children because there were boot prints that they were able to follow to track them down within 20 minutes. And springtime, wet season, kind of the same area, absolutely not that far away, there would be evidence if the children wandered into the woods. They just would be. It, it's that simple. And that's why I don't understand why they spent so long in the woods. If the dogs didn't pick up a scent and they didn't find any tracks, why did they stay there for 6 days, you guys? That doesn't make sense to me. Why so many resources in the woods? And Janie said the other day that it didn't take too long to realize that there's no way the kids would have went into the woods. Not that far. She said that. So I don't think that Daniel and Janie and Malaya, I don't think any of them had any say over the investigation, what they were doing with the investigation. So it's just wild to me. We are able to do a live stream sometimes. If that's for me, perfect. Let's plan it. One of the things that we do, it's called inferential thinking. Ron, thank you. Shar is a good liberal. Oh, okay. Any brownie points you ever earned? Gone. Starting over. What's that name? Snakes and ladders. You're back to the bottom of the ladder, bub. But thank you for that. It's very kind. How did you figure it out, but the police didn't? Please tell me what you think happened. Yeah, please. Can we let me see this. We're at 153. That's not the point, Ron. I understand that, but there wasn't a trail. So they found the boot prints on the pipeline trail, right? How did they get there? How did they get there? What do you mean, Belinda? I thought that story was just to push the abduction theory. Am I remember it correctly? Wasn't Malaya's dad a tracker? Yes, and she didn't call him? True. But we can't say that either because I don't know what Malaya's relationship was like with her dad, okay? We don't know these people. So for all I know, Malaya's dad wasn't on her call list, wasn't in her mind of people to call first and foremost. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know that. The parents said they wandered off, but if there was no evidence to support that, no different than no evidence of an abduction, what kept them in those woods? I don't get it. Perfect. Thank you. There was only one boot print on the property. Right. So they flew. They Mario Brothers super jumped. No, as if. You never could accuse people in this chat, Joe. One good-sized piece of blanket rolled up and laying on the deck railing would fly through the air tons of trees and land perfectly positioned a kilometer or so down the road. I don't know if you're asking a legitimate question or if you're saying, yeah, right. It had been raining for days. There would have been other prints. Thank you, Care Bear. It's spring, so people in the area hopefully will organize more searches soon. Please Bring Me Home is going out and date is not being released. A child got off the RV to use the washroom. That is what I heard, yeah. On the pipeline trail, no less universal. The two children that went missing on Sunday. Oh, I mean, I disagree. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a valid, even if it is a fairy tale, it's a valid point that there would be tracks leading up to the pipeline where the boot print was found. Would it not? I mean, I don't think she would lie about that. I don't know. I don't know. If people already went into the bush searching and wandering around, don't know how well a tracker would do with that. Right, monsters. And also, about that, with these scent dogs, they go after the most recent, the freshest scent. Okay. So we know that Daniel went out to the woods to search. We know that Janie went up to the woods to search. Now their scent is the most recent scent. So that could be why the dogs didn't pick up a scent. Look at me contradicting myself and debunking myself. That's funny. It's in the court docs, Bev. What was Malaya's relationship with the new boyfriend on May 2nd? What new boyfriend? I have no idea. I know his name was floating around, but it's nothing that we were able to corroborate. That one boot print on the property is not in the documents, though that was just Justin Janine's statement. Cindy. Are you tired, Cindy? Why don't I recall a cluster of footprints? I know of two individual boot prints. I don't know. Ooh, was the new boyfriend in the messaging app that she removed? Maybe. Speculation. Wasn't it said that the cluster of prints would fit a searcher letting kids off for a wee or similar? I don't know if that was said, but I know it was said that whoever Janie was talking to, she ran into a searcher who she knew, which I believe was Brian Ward's wife with their small child, and that small child got off of the quad to go to the bathroom. I'm pretty sure. It's been a while. I thought I posted this. Here is the screenshot of Malaya and my conversation where I did not get a response. Apparently, Shenanigans is saying that it did not happen. Shocking. Um, you can go ahead and try to find or send it to me. You won't be able to post it here. But yeah. The children who live there, you would think there would have been a lot of children's prints on the property, yeah. Where Janie was raking one boot print. There would have been tracks all over the yard as well. I agree. They were playing at the swing sets. And I did bring that up to Janie. It just doesn't make sense. There would be kid prints all over, home address from living there. Yeah. Wasn't there a barefoot print with the cluster? Nobody ever talks about that or what size that was. Was that in the court doc stuff? I don't know if it was. Mm, yes, yes. Okay. Fresh scent of the babies were at the end of the driveway, you thought. So, and I went back just trying to remember where we saw it or where I heard it, and I think I heard it from Daniel. I don't know that I had any corroboration for that. They said they went into the woods to search. Did they search and for what or whom? Harley, shh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Mods don't let us speak openly in here now. You know what I think? Joe, that's not true. That's not true. You can say whatever you want, but you have to say it respectfully. And you can't be accusing people of doing nasty things to children. You just can't because you weren't there. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. That's it. It's okay to think that. I don't care what you think. You alluding to I'm censoring you. That's bullshit, Joe, and you know it. Oh, maybe Janie missed the one boot print when she was raking. Come on. Be nice. Surrounded by socialists. It also rained. Joe, remember how you were on a trend and we're getting banned from all channels? All the kids be scared to death of her. Sent to my Facebook. Thank you. I'll have to go into my message requests after the live. Bus driver's wife has now been saying she didn't have her kid there. Oh, really? Maybe, I mean, Janie could not remember the name of the person, and I think she'd remember Brian Ward's wife. So maybe it wasn't her, you know? I just remember hearing that somewhere. No, there was not a barefoot print along with the boot prints. That was the stock photo that was used. Cheryl, thank you. Thank you so much. Are you really? Yes, they did say barefoot print. I do remember that because people are like, do they mean like a bear, like "Rawr," a bear, or like a naked boot footprint? If you look at another platform, please refresh to see the new ones and have better. Okay. Like we're already after 2 hours, so this, I mean, this honestly, if you're gonna do a deep dive into this whole thing, it would take numerous live streams. Yes, thank you. Triple four. Doesn't a conversation need a reply? Simply sending a message that went unanswered is not a conversation. No, but it's an attempt at a conversation. Malia told me about that on Saturday. She thought it was Jack's because he always took off his boots. So, but I don't know. Nobody's gonna get banned from here. Stop it. I'm checking chat. What's going on? Like honestly, if you're not gonna get booted from here. Like I said, you can say what you want. Just be respectful and no accusing anybody of anything, okay? Um, this is a good question. Do you have that information handy, Melissa? Is that in the document? I I have a number in my head, but it's probably wrong, so I don't want to say it.
No, it's not in the document. But Chelsea did say that the side of the slope leading to the children's camp was covered in children's footprints, also bare footprints. So I'm not sure where that footprint was, but that might be where it was.
Okay. Okay, and I am going to reopen my document because I guess that where is it? I did notice that mine looked like crazy different than yours. Like way different than yours.
I told you.
So, yeah, are you able to just refresh yours?
I have like 6 times.
Okay. Can you reopen it?
Can someone post the link again?
Someone please post the link again. No? Can't find it? I have to dig through my
No.
my
Go ahead and
messages
open
and
yours.
my chat's just not loading. I think there might be an issue with my internet. I can't get my chat to load where I've got the link. We're looking for the link to this OSINT platform so we can see the updated one. Where's Grendel? He's the one that had the link at the ready. He's probably working. There it is. There it is, Melissa. Did you get it? Can you get it?
Okay, I've got it pulled up. Hold on.
I can see it better.
Well, I have my screen zoomed into, I think, 150. So let's see. What are you wanting to look at? Because
I would
now I
like
don't
to
know
see if
where.
there's a summary. Is there like a summary for the scenarios or a summary for the whole thing so we can get to Larry's summation, I guess, like what he believes the data has told him?
We have this summary. You can't see my mouse. We have this.
What about on the side menu? Can you go down on the side menu? Final assessment, what is that?
So it says core analytical conclusions is the last confirmed sighting timestamp is the foundation of the entire investigation on May 1st, 2025 at 2:25 p.m. The moment all 5 persons exited the Dollarama in Truro is the verified anchor. Every subsequent legal order, surveillance, window, polygraph, and search operation references this timestamp. The 19-hour and 36-minute gap between this moment and the 911 call cannot be narrowed further due to the sealing of the morning's events. The boot print on the pipeline is the only forensically confirmed evidence of where the children went. Lilly's size 11 boot, Walmart SKU confirmed, matches the tread number 29 on the pipeline trail. Sworn by Corporal Kerr as consistent. This is the single piece of forensic trace evidence placing Lilly's path at a documented location. The trail runs away from the residence in the direction of the blanket and eyewitness locations. No Jack specific trace evidence has been confirmed. Classification on the phone forensics strongly implies prosecutable evidence was found. Attorney General privilege is not applied to empty or irrelevant results. The fact that the phone content, GPS analysis, school bus footage, and polygraph questions are all classified, and that the Text Plus order was separately obtained, strongly implies that the investigation has found material evidence that is being held for potential prosecution. This is the single most analytically significant pattern in this entire document set. The Haywood eyewitness account remains the most actionable open lead. Hayward's description of the 2 children at the blanket find intersection with an unknown woman and open rear door is the only external account suggesting the children were alive and mobile after departure from the residence. Geographic convergence with the blanket site is analytically significant. Age overestimate is within normal eyewitness range. The RCMP confirmed active investigation as of July 16th. Janie McKenzie's inconclusive polygraph is the largest single evidentiary gap. She is the sole witness on the property whose account is unverified. Her testimony establishes the children were alive and outside on May 2nd. She heard them on the swings. The children could not have reached the road without passing her line of sight. She does not believe the children are in the woods. In her account, if her account is inaccurate on any of these points, either deliberately or by error, the departure narrative and wandering hypothesis collapse entirely. The RCMP's official position and investigative posture are intention, um, not believed to be criminal in nature. Simultaneously, indicators A, a polygraph framed as possible murder, evidence seized under CC, not MPA. C, um, indefinite sealing by provincial court judge. D, the V3 classification on the departure context. E, um, something or other is invoked. F, para 80 may progress to a criminal investigation. The two positions are not technically contradictory. RCMP can simultaneously maintain a public non-criminal classification while gathering evidence against a criminal trigger. 520 plus tip, 0 corroborated. The answer is not in the public domain. As of July 16th, 2025, the RCMP has received and investigated 620 plus public tips. None have been corroborated. The children have not been found. The pattern is consistent with the two interpretations. A, the children are deceased and the location is remote, or B, the children are concealed by a person with significant knowledge to avoid detection and sufficient motivation not to come forward. The pattern is inconsistent with a large scale accidental disappearance where witnesses, joggers, or search volunteers would typically locate signs of children within days. The Cobequid Pass CCTV video represents the largest unaddressed investigative asset. It covers all vehicles leaving Nova Scotia via Trans Canada 104 for 36 and a half hours, beginning at the moment of the last confirmed sighting. This footage was received on May 28th and was not reviewed as of July 16th filing, a gap of 48 days. If any subject's vehicle crossed this point within the window, that movement is documented. The failure to prioritize review of this asset is analytically unexplained from the outside. Internal reasons may be operational. Example, waiting for specific vehicle identification from other leads. Investigative classification. I believe that the information sought for disclosure may be required for the purposes of this investigation, and that the disclosure is in the best interest of the missing person. I believe the application is for the purpose of investigating the disappearance of Jack and Lily Sullivan.
I don't know what is happening in chat right now, you guys, but we're trying to focus on what could have happened to Jack and Lily, and we finally have, no matter what you think or what you have come to believe based on whatever it is you base your theories or beliefs on, this is the first thing in a very long time that's new that we've had to discuss about what could have happened to Jack and Lily. So it is 2 hours and 18 minutes. I am going to end it here, but I'm hoping that everybody will go and check it out. Look at this. Look at this. This crazy bitch. I'm just kidding. I was on my other screen and I was able to post the link, but go in there, have a look through it, and we will. Tomorrow is not about Jack and Lily. Tomorrow is about stooping. And then we're going to get back to the stuff that matters. Absolutely. And we'll continue digging through this um, intelligence platform. And there's also, I'm just looking at my other screen here. So, court documents deep dive, the Sullivan Intel gap analysis, the Intel summary intelligence aggregation platform, delayed disclosure, 911 call deep analysis. Which I don't understand how you were able to do that, Larry. Nobody's been able to hear it. ultra detailed intelligence
Are
audit
you
of the
sure?
critical 36 hour. Yep. What?
I'm going to reiterate, I'm not sure what's going on in chat, but this last message I see, y'all need to knock it off. This is about Jack and Lily. We're going over a document. If you can't act your age and not your IQ, then that's on you. Just get along. You don't all have to agree. Just be respectful. Sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
not 100% who E992 Wire is, and you're welcome here, but I don't this comment, and I'm hoping it got deleted. I'm not going to put it up, but that's not welcome here. It's not welcome here. So if you want a channel that's not going to discuss new stuff and we're just going to dwell on the drama and the bullshit and the dirt that's going around, this is not the channel for you. If you want that here, you'll see it tomorrow. But please keep it classy here. I'm the only one that's allowed to be trash. What else have I been called? Lots. So, not here. Not here. These are two missing kids. There are two missing children that nobody seems to be looking for. Nobody's even talking about them anymore. So, that kind of shit, there are plenty of other channels that will welcome that. So, anyways, with that, Melissa, as long as you're good with it, I am going to end it. I noticed also that Monsters of Sabotage seem to have, and I haven't watched it, that they have released a new video and it seems to be about this platform. So, like I said, I'm not promoting it, I'm not posting it, nothing like that. I'm just saying it's there if anybody's interested. And we will continue looking through the document. I will work with Larry about maybe getting him coming up here, explaining some of the more tech savvy stuff that we don't get. And we'll continue talking about Jack and Lily after tomorrow. So, everybody, thank you, Melissa, for joining us, and thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Ron Mexico and Cheryl and Colleen for being a member for 5 months, and for congratulations to the 10 new members that I gifted today. Okay, and if that's everything, then I am going to go ahead and end it. Have a terrific night, everybody. Bye.
We're going down. We're going down. We're going